What's up, Vima family? Hey, all right, so this is the third video of Leadline Pro and a quick start training for it. This video is going to talk a little bit about how to call your cold prospects from Leadline Pro, and you can even utilize this simply for calling your cold market that's outside of your Leadline Pro. I mean, this method is used. We've trained with this method before. It's simple. Most of you probably are familiar with it, but I'm just going to run through it anyway, and go ahead and take some notes. So it's pretty simple. When I call my people, like the way I was telling you the second video, I have a call to action on my ads, and there will be a lot of people that will just watch the video. They'll do the first step in my call to action. They'll watch the video, they'll fill out the information, and then they never follow through with texting me a good time for them to call them. And that's honestly the biggest problem with Leadline Pro so far that I found, is when they plug in their information, honestly the best time to call them is immediately. And a lot of us, we might be at work, or we might be out and about, or we might not be at a good spot to call our people. So it's been really useful, and it's been great when the people actually follow instructions and text me first, so that I know, okay, I have a call set up at 3 o'clock with whoever. So with that, like I said, I'll still call my leads. If they don't text me, I don't just ignore them. I still call them, but chances are, a lot of the time I get voicemails, and I leave a very short voicemail just for a callback for their pre-qualification, just a quick 3 to 5 minute briefing, and then that's it. But I honestly don't say too much in the voicemail, but when people don't text you, it can be difficult to get a hold of them. If you call them, I've called people that didn't text me, and I've had a great cold call. So it just depends. It depends on the timing of the day. It depends on whenever, but don't make excuses. Call your people. Call them. We always preach, don't text, call. Getting them to text you the first time with a good time for you to call them is not the right time to go, okay, well, hey, what do you want to learn about? Don't text them that. Say, okay, how does 3 o'clock sound for you? If you said you could only talk, you could talk in the next 3 hours. Okay, well, how does 3 o'clock sound? Great. Okay, well, I'll talk to you soon. And then call them. You're going to get a better conversion. You're going to close more sales if you call them. You just don't make up excuses. If it's a holiday and you don't want to call them, that's an excuse. If it's noon and you're on lunch break, that's an excuse. Like, whatever it may be, don't make up an excuse. Just call them when you can. Like, if you are in a meeting, obviously don't call them. But what I'm saying is, don't avoid calling your people, because these leads are warm leads. They're cold, but they're interested in learning more. So utilize that. Jump on that. So with that, what I normally go through when I call my cold prospects is this. So say the guy's name is Joel. Joel. Okay. I would be like, ring, ring. Like, hey, Joel. And they say, yeah. We're like, hey, perfect. Hey, this is Scott getting back to you with from yprpass.com. And they say, oh, yeah, okay, all right. Well, really quick, I've only got about 3 minutes here. Do you happen to have 3 minutes free? Okay, well, obviously, who doesn't have 3 minutes free? Great. Okay, well, first off, how are you today? How are you doing? Small talk, get to know them a little bit. They talk, okay, great. Well, great, So first, so what sparked your interest? What said, hey, I wanted to learn more? And they tell you what sparked their interest. Like we always say in meetings, when you talk to your prospects, don't say, what'd you think? That's going to lead to a negative answer, and you don't want to do that. So when you get a hold of them and you get to this point of the pre-qualification, you're going to want to ask them, so obviously you watched the video, obviously you were excited and you were interested in learning more. What sparked your interest? What said, hey, I want to learn more? They're going to come up with an answer. Maybe it's the team aspect, or they want to travel more, or they like the idea of being their own boss, or they like the idea of being healthier or wealthier. Who knows? Whatever it may be. And from there, depending on the conversation, I don't generally stray from this exact path. Like if they say they like the team aspect, I don't go into talking about what I liked about the team aspect. I just don't say, okay, great. Well, so let me then you jump right into this, what is called form. And this is what I was saying. Most of you probably are familiar with this, but this is back to the basics. This is what works. This is the best way to figure out where Vima fits into their life, why they need Vima, and why they put in their information. So this is crucial. So when you get to the point where after you've asked them what piqued their interest, this is what you say. You go through form, which is where you're from or your family, occupation, recreation, motivation, what motivates you. So with that, you go like this. So let me ask you this. You're from, I saw the area code on the phone number 785. So you're from Topeka, right? And they'd be like, well, yeah, absolutely. I'm actually from Lawrence, but yeah. Okay, well, great. And they said they were from Lawrence. Well, cool. Are you a student anywhere? All right, so you get to know them. You kind of get an idea of maybe how old they are. I mean, this is generally why I ask, are you a student anywhere? Is to get an idea of maybe how old they are. If they say, well, I haven't gone to college yet, or I'm in high school, and you're like, red flag. Or if they say, yeah, I go to KU, you're like, score. Okay, perfect. He's between 18 and 23, 22. Okay, great. So you get to know them. You maybe ask their major. Try to figure something out in the conversation that you can relate to. I've done several calls so far where they were like, well, I'm a biology major, or I'm going to med school. And that I'm like, perfect. Well, great. Yeah, I actually worked as a CNA at KU Med for about 3 years. I was a student at KU myself. Is Dr. blah, blah, blah still there? Just to ease the feeling. You want to make this a comfortable, fun call for yourself and for the prospect, so they know that that they shouldn't be nervous, but you still want to have control of the conversation. You want to be asking the questions. So when you ask the questions, you have control over the conversation. So when you're saying you're asking them all that stuff, and you maybe talk about, oh, well, you related in this way, like, oh, you're a biology major also, great. Well, cool. So are you working anywhere? Oh, are you working anywhere currently? This summer, or have you worked anywhere in the past? And then they answer that question. Okay, cool. Okay, well, great. Well, so besides all your time and work at school obviously, this type of industry, we like to have a lot of fun. We actually just got back from Vegas with about 10,000 people. It was a rave. It was a lot of fun. It was a big party. Our company really likes to have a good time. So we're looking for people that are energetic and outgoing and can kind of, fit in with that. So, you must do something for fun. What do you do? What do you like to do for fun? Once you've done that, then you're starting to ease the conversation. You're getting to know them. They might say, well, I'm athletic, or I like to go. I've had people say they like to kayak. They like to sing in their car. Like they like to talk to their friends or hang out. Like just get them to open up. So when you're asking the recreation, and then usually the motivates you. What motivates you part is kind of a weird part. And I always make sure I say that so they're not kind of caught off guard. I'll usually say so this one's more for me. Think hard on this one. So what motivates you? And I understand this is a weird question, but because okay, for example. For me, it's exercising and traveling and hanging out with my friends. If you can give me something that allows me to do all of that and make money on the side, then obviously I'm down for that. And that's what motivates me. So what motivates you? And then they get to talking to you. So you figure out a little bit more about who they are. And honestly, after that form, the call should be wrapping up. You should probably be approaching about 3-5 minutes, probably maybe a little over, depending on how much they've talked. I had a guy I called last week, and he was literally on the phone with me for probably 20 minutes. Like the guy could not stop talking, which can be a good and a bad thing. But the point is, just depending on how they, if they're talkers, if they're really easy to talk with. Usually after the form, what I'll do is if I really get a good vibe and if I really feel like this person, would do well, they're talkative, they're easy to talk to, they're sociable, that's usually what I tell them after form. To get them to the next exposure. So what I'll say is, You know, you said you liked the people, you told me you liked the energy, and you know, you're obviously easy person to talk to, and I'm really getting a good vibe from you so far. You know, tonight we're actually about 10 o'clock. What are you doing tonight at 10 o'clock? 10 p.m. CS Central Standard Time, depending on where they are. Okay, you clear their schedule. Okay, great. Well, great. Okay. Well, at 10 o'clock tonight, our company usually puts together a live broadcasted Ustream. And now, what these Ustreams do are simply allow for us to kind of share what we're excited about, and you know, a little bit more about what we do as a company. And you know, we've got several people hopping on the call tonight, but you know, like I said, you've got a lot of energy. I'm getting good vibes from you. I really like where the way this conversation's gone. I mean, if I sent you a link, would you watch it? It's live. You can watch it from your house, wherever it may be. If I sent you a link, would you watch it and then say nothing else? And once you've said that, if I would, you cut it off. And usually they say, well, yeah, sure, absolutely. You know, just send me the link. Well, great. Okay. Is this a good number that I can text you on? Okay, perfect. Well, right after this, I'm going to text you the link, the time, and I'll shoot you a quick reminder about 10 minutes, 15, maybe 30 minutes before the call. Just one reminder. If you don't make it on the call, well, you know, we got to be harsh sometimes, but you know, I'll give you one try. And if you get on the call and something clicks, you love what we talk about, something resonates, something piques your interest, then absolutely we can take this to a next step, and we'll go from there. So is that all right if at 10 o'clock you check this thing out? And then usually they say, well, absolutely. And then you say, awesome. Well, we'll see you soon. Like I said, this call went a little longer than 3-5 minutes. Kind of end with a laugh, and then say, well, we'll talk soon, and then hang up the phone. It's honestly, that's how all my calls have been going, and they've worked every single time. It's been pretty easy for me. It's not really been that hard. I haven't really dealt with a whole bunch of people. I've dealt with a couple people that were rude, but you know, that's just that's just part of it. I mean, you know, I am never going to see those people, so who cares? You know, so with that, you know, like I said, this is a crucial video, this one right here, so take notes. What I went over was some very important stuff when it comes to calling your leads from Leadline Pro. And you get a lot of leads. I've gotten a lot of leads since I've downloaded Leadline Pro, and almost too many I can't keep up with the calls, to be honest with you. So with that, I'm going to wrap this video up. This is going to close it up, the whole Leadline Pro training. If you have any questions, just hit me up. You all that are watching this probably have heard my name or know of me. Just hit me up on Facebook or the future page, and we'll go from there. So I hope this helps. I hope these 3 videos help. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.